Thank you for tuning in to I Can Get You Fly TV show. This is Stylist John for Business After Beauty School Education. For the enthusiastic, ambitious student who wants to make a six-figure year income rather than a standard 20K per year. On the series, we've been talking about generational wealth. The last episode that we talked about was double your success rate. Today's lesson, we're going to talk about creating a working system. Okay? In business, there are foundational principles that allow you to have success on a daily level. And it's your daily routines that allow you to be successful throughout the entire week. I'm going to go over a few things that have awarded me the ability to be successful daily. And I'm going to talk about a few other things from some mentors that I have around me that share a little bit of wisdom, and I've watched them be successful. One of the things that I always mention is, I always mention one of my favorite basketball players, Michael Jordan. And the reason why I mention Michael Jordan is because Michael Jordan has a plethora of successful trophies, medallions, awards. His name is in the history book for being successful in what he does. And there's things that he did daily, practice, until it became permanent. Going into the gym early, last one to leave, helping other people, but also the same people that he helped, when it was time to go against them, it was full throttle, it was game time, and he gave it 100% with everything that he did, okay? These are some of the same skill sets that we need to apply in business. Why do we need to apply this in business? Well, the first thing I want to say is you're not in competition with other businesses. A lot of people say, well, you know, McDonald's is on this side and Wendy's is on the other. They're competing against one another. No, they're not competing against one another. Each business has their own model and has their own products that people like. They're not competing against one another. What they're doing is they're finding strategic ways to market in a target market to be successful, to acquire the income that they need daily, because people are going to like whatever it is that they want. So in the barber beauty industry, there's people that like a specific type of service. And you don't have to compete with other stylists. You don't have to be cutthroat. You don't have to do none of that stuff. I've worked in a lot of environments that were cutthroat. And what do I mean by cutthroat? You the new stylist in the barber beauty salon. You're trying to survive and you're trying to create a foundational system that works for you. And the other stylists are upset because you're there and they feel like there's not going to be enough clients for everybody to live off of. And so what stylists do is they partner up with each other, and the walk-ins that come in, they eat the walk-ins up before you're able to take care of your rent, gas, electricity, and all these other things weekly. So when you're in situations like this where the other stylists are upset that you're there, and there is no system in place with a receptionist that can write down the names and contact numbers and emails of the clients that come into the facility, so that way everybody has an even fair share of clients coming to them, you have to create a system that works best for you. Why? Because you still have a family to feed, you still have responsibilities you have to take care of, and you can't allow yourself to be in an environment where someone or something has power or control over you and you are an independent stylist or booth renter inside of a salon facility. You want to definitely create an environment where you're at peace and you're doing what you love to do. And in all situations, when you're doing what you love to do and the love on the inside of you shows, the clients that see what you love to do are going to be attracted to what it is you do, and they're going to keep coming to you. Why? Because you want to attract loyal clients. How do you attract loyal clients? Well, you have to be a loyal barber or stylist first. What does that mean? That means that you have to be available for these clients that need the service done. The second thing you have to do, you have to have a good attitude. If you have a good attitude and a person is receiving a great service from you, they're going to want to come back to you. And the third thing you want to do is you want to create a great product that only you can do, that no one else can do. Why do you want to have a great product? Because no one has ever faulted Michael Jordan on the court for playing basketball. They've always cheered, clapped, gave standing ovations, and gave him medals for his performance on the court. Now, how would you feel if your performance behind the chair was like that? You gave an exceptional service. I'm talking about every hair was prepped properly. Everything that you did matched the quality of service that the person envisioned and dreamed of. Your bank account is going to be full. Why is your bank account going to be full? Well, your bank account is going to be full because a person was treated kindly in your presence. You gave a great quality service and your customer service was on point and you was on time. These are some foundational things that every stylist should do in order to maintain being in business. Why? Because it's these foundational things that set you apart from everybody else. Now, why do these things set you apart from everybody else? Well, you have some stylists or barbers that are extremely arrogant, that, you know, one little thing wrong and they want to reschedule you, or they want to add on all these different fees to the client, you know, for being late or 5 minutes late, or all these different things. Now, I understand that you want to make sure that your time is accounted for. And it's great that you're able to pre-book appointments. That's a great thing. But you definitely want to remember that the clients that sit in your chair are your valuable business. And you want to add value to the client. Now, how do you add value to the client? Well, you want a client to have more than what they asked for. If you do more work than what they asked for, then you're going to get paid more than what you expected. I'm going to say that again. You want to add value to the client, okay? How do you add value to the client? Well, you add value to the client by doing more work than is expected of you. And doing more work than what is expected of you than what they asked for, they're going to pay you handsomely. Let me give you an example. I've had plenty of clients that sat down in my chair and asked for a lineup. And I might have gave them a free taper and tapered the neck, and they might have gave me $20 for it, and I didn't ask for it. Why did I do it? Because I seen the person needed it, and it didn't take me that long to do, and it only took me about 5 minutes in order to get it done. Why did they pay me $20 for it? Well, they seen the value in the work. They seen that I cared, and it was no skin off my back in order for me to do it right quick. Made the client feel cared for. They appreciated it. They gave me $20 for a haircut. It only took me 10 minutes to do. A lineup doesn't take that long to do. A taper only takes maybe about 5, maybe 10 minutes to do. That's 20 minutes. If you can make $20 in 20 minutes, imagine how many heads you can cut in an hour. You can cut about 5 heads in 1 hour, 20, 40, 60, 80, right? Let's say you're able to cut 5 heads in 10 minutes. 5 heads in an hour, which means you cut a head every 10 minutes. Imagine you getting a line and taper every 10 minutes, right? And you get $20 for it. How much money is that? 5 cuts, 10 minutes, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That's $100 every hour. There are doctors that don't even make $100 an hour. You as a barber or a stylist can make $100 an hour just by doing a lineup and a taper. If you learn how to line and taper very fast, you can make $100 an hour easily. Why? Because young brothers, especially middle school and high school students, they love wearing a box or the bar with the taper right here on the sides, the fresh lineup, and in the back area, the shadow taper. They love wearing that. Okay? So in a barber shop that I work at currently, I had to figure out a system that works well for me. Why? Because how many of you know that when you find something that works well for you and it makes things flow easy for you and you see the results from it, you definitely want to continue repeating it. Why? Because at the end of the service, you got bills to pay, right? You add value to the client. Now, the client pays you handsomely for what you did. Now you can go take care of your responsibilities, okay? You want to create a working system that works well for you. So, prior to me becoming a barber, you know, I've got a lot of experience in different types of trades. One of the trades that I'm familiar with is the machine and factory industry. I hold a forklift certification, and I hold a green belt in Six Sigma, okay? Some of you guys may know what Six Sigma is. Some of you guys may not, but I'm going to explain what Six Sigma is. Six Sigma is the process, the factory process of putting things in order, okay? And I hold a green belt in Six Sigma. Now, how do you obtain a green belt in Six Sigma? Where there's a class you take when you work inside of the factory where they teach you how to break things down. First, it's something called spatial reasoning. Spatial reasoning is where you look at a picture on a piece of paper that has a certain number of boxes, and you begin to look at it to identify how many boxes is in this palette, okay? Based on the height, the width, and the direction that the boxes are facing, okay? Which is very valuable because you want to be able to count in your head. So in the barber industry, we use spatial reasoning in order to understand the height, width, or depth of a person's haircut is. And if you're able to see the finished product of the haircut, it's going to save you time, okay? And when you're doing a haircut, you want to find a system that works best for you. Why is it good to find a system that works best for you? Okay, if you're able to complete a haircut in a short amount of time while giving the best quality service, you can see more clients in that hour, which turns into that day, which turns into that week, okay? And all you need to have a successful business in the barber beauty industry is have 100 faithful clients that come to you every week or bi-weekly, and you recycle those clients the following week or bi-weekly. Okay, so let's say out of a month, I got 100 clients. I want to take 50 clients for the first 2 weeks, right? And so my first set of clients, let's say I do 10 clients a day and I work 5 days a week. That's 50 clients, okay? My first set of clients, right, I want to recycle for the next week. I want to recycle them on the following week. So how do I do that? Well, I'm adding value to my clients, right? So what are the clients that will come back to me the following week? Well, these are the clients that like the number one on the top with the lineup. They'll probably come back the following week. These are businessmen that go to work every day, that like a clean shave. These men are going to come back every week. Why? Because they want to make sure that their beard is tightened up. They have to speak in front of people. These are CEOs. These are businessmen. These are athletes. They want to make sure that they're on point every single week. Why? Because they're going to be around people every week, and they have to talk to people every week, and they want to make sure that they look like money. Why? Because if you look like money, you're going to attract money. And why do you want to look like money and attract money? Because you are your business. You are your brand. And every day you go out into the public eye, people look at your brand. And you want to make sure that your brand speaks for itself. So a man that is properly groomed, a man that is properly maintained, when he gets into the public eye, they're going to say, oh, that's a sharp brother. Oh, that's a good-looking brother right there. Oh, he's very well maintained. Women are going to look at his hands to see if his nails are clean. They're going to look at his shoes to see if his shoes are well cared for. They're going to look at the beard to see if the beard is maintained. And guess what? You're going to end up in GQ magazine. Why? Because women love a maintained brother. And that's why I'm here, fellas. I'm here to help maintain your GQ look. So please, book me online at www.stylistjohn.webs.com or call my phone at 314-359-5499. I cater to the CEOs. I cater to the professional businessmen, music artists, athletes, trainers, those individuals that need a haircut weekly. I'm here to service and cater you. All right. But on top of that, in this system that I'm talking about, you definitely want to make sure that you got A, B, C, and D. Now, how do I explain A, B, C, and D? Well, what is A, B, C, and D? A, B, C, and D are your steps toward completing your working system. A being the beginning, and D being your finishing technique. So, when I walk into the shop, the first thing I do is get my tools together. Why do I get my tools together? Well, I want to make sure that my tools are all clean. I want to make sure that they're all set up in a certain arrangement. And so as I set my tools down, I'm making sure my tools are clean. The next thing I do is sanitize my chair. I get some bleach water, in a nice rag. I spray my chair down, clean the bottom part of my shirt to make sure all the hair is up. Okay. The next thing I do, I put on my barber smock, tighten it up, grab my business cards, and the very first thing I do is go outside and pass out cards. Why? Because you want to make sure that you have an overflow of clients. Now, the clients that are set up for the day are already set up on the calendar. I got a calendar at my station where I put my appointments at, but I also keep a calendar in my phone. And I also send text messages in my phone. Okay? So the next thing that I do after I look at the appointments I have on my calendar and appointments I have on my phone, I go right outside and I start passing out business cards. Everybody is my client, but everybody won't sit in my chair. Okay? I treat each business card as if everybody is going to be my client. So I'm passing cards out to everybody within a 5-mile distance. Okay, so I'm passing cards out to the older women. Hey, how you doing, ma'am? Do you have any nephews or sons that need a good quality haircut? Have them give me a call. And also, if you would like your hair roller, set, or flat iron, I would love to assist you. My phone number is on the front part of the card. My social media contact is on the front part of the card. You can check out my website if you need to, and I have pictures of my hairstyles on the back of my card. Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day. Enjoy your food. A lot of these clients are coming in and out of fast food restaurants. Fast food restaurants have a lot of traffic. I'm talking about 200, 300, 400 people that come in and out of these restaurants over an 8-hour period. So if you're positioned by a fast food restaurant, all you have to do is stand close to the door or close by the door and just be helpful to the clients that's coming in. I open the doors at the fast food restaurants to allow the women to walk in. And as the brothers come in, I greet the brothers and pass my cards out to the brothers. I pass my cards out to the people that's leaving out of the fast food restaurant. I try not to do it as they're walking in. Why? Because I want to make sure they handle business first for what they came for. But as they're leaving, I want to make sure I pass the card out. So over a 3-month time period, I was able to acquire a 500 contact list. Over a 3-month time period, 500 names, contact numbers, and emails of people that need my service. Why? Because I created a system where I was able to draw in the amount of people. So now I have to convert these 500 people into weekly and bi-weekly clients. How do I do that? Well, I created a working system for doing that. All right? And you have to create a working system that works well for you in order for you to be successful in that area. Again, all you need is 100 clients a week. All you need is 100 clients, 100 loyal clients, period. And you circulate these clients 50 every 2 weeks. Okay? Once you circulate these 100 clients and break them down into weeks, okay, you can circulate these clients. Now, why is it good to circulate clients? Well, because everybody may not like a text message or a reminder every time. So you're going to have to filter out your list in order for you to determine which client like being texted, which client do I have to call. Because a lot of times I send out group text to my clients. Now, when I send out group text to my clients, a lot of the clients, some of them get upset because they don't want to be with everybody else. And so these are the clients you delete from the group text and you call directly. Why do you call these clients directly? Because they feel a little bit more special. Why? Because you want to add value to the clients. Why do you want to add value to the clients? You want to make sure that the client feels cared for, that you give a good quality service, and you want to make sure that you're adding value to them. Okay? So if you got good customer service, you give a great quality hairstyle, and they leave the shop area, and they leave the shop area feeling good, and you've added value to them, they're going to tell everybody else. And so these are the clients that you want to give business cards to. So after I get done cutting someone's hair, I make sure I put their contact number in my phone. Okay? So imagine if you cut 10 heads a day, right? Let's say maybe 3 or 4 was walk-ins. You acquire 4 new contacts. These walk-ins are now in your phone. You hand the walk-in 10 business cards and say, hey, I'm going to give you 10% off of your next cut if you pass out 10 business cards for me. You just duplicated your system. Why? because now you have a walking billboard of a person's head that you just cut that's liking the cut that they did, and they don't mind telling everybody else what you just did. You just got somebody to refer you 10 people. And if you do the math, if a haircut is $20 and you do 10 cuts a day, that's $200 a day. $200 a day times 5 is what? $1,000 a week. $1,000 a week times 4 is $4,000 a month. The math is very simple. The system works. All you have to do is work the system, okay? This Stylist John, what I Can Get You Fly TV show, and you tune in for Business After Beauty School Education. For the enthusiastic, ambitious student who wants to make a 6-figure income rather than a standard $20K per year, I want to see you win. I want to see you make at least $100,000 a year. Why? Because I plan on it. Stick to the principles. Even when you in your feelings and things ain't working right, stick to the principles, okay? If you stick to the principles gonna work. If you need some help, hit my line, 314-359-5499. I appreciate you. I love you. I want to see you be successful, and I want to see you win.